is calling you? Scammers are impersonating financial institutions across the country. They're spoofing phone numbers and making calls and texts appearing as it's coming from your credit union, your credit card, or your bank. We are joined by Michelle Shanks of Summit Credit Union. And so we want to make sure that you know what's happening in and around this area as well as all around the nation. Hey, Michelle, just recently, Summit Credit Union put out a warning for all of its members about this, but I think this is something that everybody needs to hear no matter what.
Yes, we did several blasts, email, all of our social media outlets, on our websites, because we do realize that the criminal element is trying to attack anyone and everyone. So we want to make folks aware that that sort of thing is happening. And if they receive any unusual text, emails, or phone calls that are unfamiliar to them, that they can have a plan of action to make sure that they are not being subjected to the criminal element.
Okay, so, what's happening for a lot of folks is that the scammer is spoofing or using the phone number and the name of their credit union, their bank, or their credit card. So when it comes on your phone, it looks like the real people are calling you.
It really does. One thing that I will tell folks, if it is not something that you expect, let them leave a voicemail. That is always a safe option. If you happen to pick up because it looks familiar, you recognize that number. If they are asking, whoever the caller is, or if they are texting and asking you for personal information, something that your bank and or credit union should already have, do not, please do not give away your personal identifying information. Hang up or ignore that text and call your financial institution personally or email them personally, not any numbers or emails that they may send to you, but you go ahead and call and or email that financial institution yourself by numbers that you are familiar with.
Yeah, and that could be something that's on the back of a statement or the back of your credit card or debit card or something of that nature, something that you look up, you know that that number is correct. I think a lot of people, they see the name, they see the number, they think it's coming from there, and the person is saying, hey, there's something wrong with your account. You need to act now. And that urgency to act now is what really makes them not think about things.
Right. Unfortunately, the element of surprise seems to work for the criminal element because it does not give you a chance to think. You react versus being proactive. So if you feel rushed, if they make it sound as if it is an emergency that you do something right away, please, your financial institution should never do that. Do not respond to that. Hang up, tell them I will call my bank, my credit union myself, and make sure, because that is not something that your financial institution would ask you to do.
Yeah, I know that you spend a lot of time educating your members, and today you're educating all of us. You really want all of us, every single consumer, to really take our own rights in our hands to make sure we know what we're doing.
Exactly. And especially if those texts come through, you are not familiar, or you can readily acknowledge that it is spam. Other financial institutions want to know that as well. They want to know who these folks are targeting. So as a consumer, you have the right to forward those texts to the word spam, and that those numbers are 7726. Also, as mentioned before, do not respond to those texts. Sometimes they will ask you to verify and ask you to text something back to them. They are only making sure that that is a legitimate number, and then you are on their list for a while. So don't respond at all. If it is suspicious, you can text that spam text or a suspicious text to 7726, and that allows the other carriers, the phone carriers, to know that something is going on and they can be on the lookout for that. So that is a
Okay.
wonderful consumer tip that we share with our folks.
All right, the warning is out there. It's happening here in the Triad, and it's happening all over the nation, so beware. If maybe you need to send this to someone so that they can be aware of what's going on, this is going to be in the Two Wants to Know section of our website.